I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie.
Yeah. Like, this is the most ridiculous claim ever made by an actor or actress since Justice Smollett called himself the gay Tupac. Now, it wasn't long ago, I think it's probably like 3 months ago, when we last heard from Jennifer Lawrence. Back then, she was just, recovering from giving birth to a child in a country that doesn't allow late-term abortions nationwide. I know some of you may have forgotten. I hope you still remember. For some of you, you may have had better things to do with your time than to have Jennifer's delusional take show up on your radar. But for some of us, we are so unfortunate and we just had to deal with it. But if you happen to stumble on this video and you're among those who didn't know what happened, well, welcome to hell. And I'll bring you up to speed. So a few months ago, Jennifer Lawrence was devastated and in emotional turmoil over the overturn of Roe v. Wade. This was her emotional experience after giving birth. Yes, she was thinking about abortions after giving birth. And she was also finding it difficult to forgive her parents for holding contrary views to hers about abortion. And maybe it's just me, guys, and call me whatever, but I don't think it's normal for someone to be thinking about abortions just after giving birth. Nor should they hold a grudge against their parents right after just becoming a parent. And I know she's a celebrity and a public figure, but shouldn't some things be kept in the family? I mean, shouldn't it? I'm not going to become famous and then tell reporters about what's going on in my family. I wouldn't. Or perhaps that's just me. I mean, you don't know what people are up to and what they think is permissible for the public to consume. Also, Jennifer told reporters that she was having nightmares about Tucker Carlson, a popular right-wing TV host on Fox News. So yes, now you know the current chaotic, unrealistic mental and emotional state of Jennifer Lawrence. And this lady is in the news again. Now, before I show you the already viral clips, I want to provide context because many people have accused those who have commented on these clips as interpreting it without knowing what was surrounding the statement. It's good to put things in proper context. If not, you are likely to misinterpret it. So I'll provide the context for you. So they were in an interview. This was an interview called Actors on Actors with Viola Davis. And Jennifer Lawrence was like their latest guest on the latest installment in the series. And this is how it began. And I want you to watch.
This is truly the biggest honor of
my right back.
Your performance in Fences changed my life.
Oh, thank you, Jennifer.
I think Women King is the best movie I have seen this year, hands down.
Oh,
I heard an interesting story about how it even came to you, because you're a producer.
yes.
So I'd love to hear the story of Maria Bello pitching you the movie.
Well, Maria Bello presented me with an award at the Skirball Institute. And instead of introducing or presenting it traditionally, she pitched the idea of this movie, which she had written a treatment for and was trying to sell it around town.
I mean, that explains a lot about The Woman King. The movie can only be the work of a white woman who thought it was really incredible to glorify slave traders and demonize French slave abolitionist army. I mean, she thought about that and she was like, great idea. And this is just the bane of my continent. The exploitation is real, guys. If they are not exploiting us financially, they are doing so culturally. And if they are not doing so culturally, they are doing it by retelling our history. I mean, we just have to keep constantly dealing with this. Well, let's keep watching.
People talk about race. They don't necessarily talk about it, but when they do, they talk about race, but not in the perspective of it, the extent to which it can be a hindrance. Mm-hmm. I don't see it as a hindrance. Mm-hmm. But when have I ever seen anything like Woman King? Not just with me in it, with anyone who looks like me mm-hmm. in it. What studio is going to put money behind it? Mm-hmm. How are they going to be convinced that Black women can lead a global box office?
So as you can see, Viola Davis is taking her sweet time to play her precious victim card. Yes, Hollywood doesn't allow Black women to lead at the box office, but they made Viola Davis play the lead character in How to Get Away with Murder, right? But she's not done. She has more prolific self-congratulations to offer. And I know anyone with good sense is already tired of hearing from these women, but just bear with me, okay? And let's keep watching.
That what you bring to your performances is exactly what an actor is supposed to bring, which is life, which is the depth of human experience, the minutia of it, the joy of it, the tragedy of it, the paradox and contradiction of it in every moment. And that's what you're supposed to do as an actress. Yes, there is a technical proficiency aspect of acting that people talk about a lot. But with you, that's what I see. And I think that's why people are drawn to you, and I think that's why people are moved by your performances.
So you can see what this is all about. It's clear what is going on here. It is the usual scene of celebrities massaging their egos in public, competing to see who can out-massage the other. Right now, Viola Davis has the lead, but not for long. Not when she's competing with the survivor of Nightmares featuring Tucker Carlson. No, Jennifer has some tricks up her sleeves, and that is the viral clip that everyone has seen. So I want you to watch.
I remember when I was doing Hunger Games, nobody had ever put a woman in the lead of an action movie because it wouldn't work. We were told girls and boys can both identify with a male lead, but boys cannot identify with a female lead.
Oh, absolutely.
And it just makes me so happy every single time I see a movie come out that just blows through every single one of those beliefs and proves that it is just a lie.
So yes, before Hunger Games, nobody have ever put a woman in the lead of any action movie. None. And what is more insane is that Viola Davis just nodded in agreement like the claim is not absolutely ridiculous. Like this is the most ridiculous claim ever made by an actor or actress since Justice Smollett called himself the gay Tupac. And I guess, two delusional heads are far worse than just one. I mean, let me run through the list of action movies before 2012. Which is the year, Hunger Games was released. We have Jenna Davis in The Long Kiss Goodnight, released as far back as 1996. Sigourney Weaver in Aliens and Avatar. Aliens was released in 1986. We have Linda Hamilton in Terminator 2, Uma Thurman in Kill Bill, Kate Beckinsale in Underworld, Milla Jovovich in Resident Evil. We have Angelina Jolie in Tomb Raider, Halle Berry in The Catwoman, and Annie Perilaud in La Femme Nikita. All of these movies were made before 2012. In fact, there are many more that I am definitely missing. And both boys and girls loved them. Listen, I know what she's trying to say. Yes, perhaps Hollywood has the challenge of creating as many lead roles for women as they have for men. That's probably the point she's trying to make. But she's blowing it way out of proportion and she's doing it intentionally. And it is not to emphasize the female problem in the industry. No, it is to exaggerate her accomplishments. That is what both women were doing at the beginning of this interview. They were trying to outshine each other in their false humility and self-congratulation from one ridiculous statement to another. That's what is going on here. And the clear winner is Jennifer Lawrence. I mean, how can you top this level of narcissistic behavior where you name yourself the pioneer of something that started way before you were even born? But what do you expect? Guys, what do we expect? We are the ones who began to worship Jennifer Lawrence. We couldn't get enough of her. In every movie, as she spoke lines she didn't even write. We are the ones who wouldn't stop looking at celebrities even after the curtains closed. That's why they have paparazzis following their every move and reporters asking them for a take on every issue. And now it has gotten into their heads. And they are making terrible attempts to live out our false image of them. Now they've become mouthpieces for agendas they clearly don't understand. And people with polar opposite real life experiences call these Hollywood types relatable. Like, relatable how? Relatable to what? Your wild imaginations? Your crazy dreams and delusions? Not so much about these people is real. You have a better grasp of reality than most of them do. I mean, what can you learn? Tell me, what will you learn from somebody who don't even know much about her own industry? This lady didn't even graduate high school. She probably doesn't read anything other than a script or a social media post, but she believes she has something to say about politics. She doesn't know anything about the real world. I mean, these people are so out of touch with reality. This lady is living in perpetual fantasy, and in that fantasy, Jennifer is not only the first female lead in an action movie, she's also the first woman on earth. She's the mother of Eve, the mentor of Joan of Arc, the queen of Sheba, the mother-in-law of Cleopatra. This lady is probably the nanny of Jesus Christ and John the Baptist, way richer than Oprah Winfrey, and certainly the first woman to land on the moon. You name it, anything, any accomplishment you can think of, Jennifer Lawrence has done it. And she's probably the first person to do it. And if you say she hasn't, then I have one question for you. One very important question. Why is your culture giving her so much attention? Why? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching this video, and if you enjoyed the video, then hit the like button, share this video, subscribe to this channel, ring that notification bell. Also, I want to know what you think about the viral clip with Jennifer Lawrence claiming to be the first female lead actor in an action movie. Let me know what you think in the comments, and until the next video, peace.